Hey everyone, Janessa Storley here. I am with Anthony out at the airport here, and we are going to discuss all things air show. I'm really excited to talk to Anthony about this event because this is the third
annual air show, correct?
Yes, wow. And so can you tell us a little bit how the air show kind of all began?
Yeah, absolutely. We have this beautiful new facility with the Williston Basin International Airport, and it opened in 2019. And air shows require a lot of open space. You can't have people performing aerobatics over population and things of that nature. And so we couldn't do it at the old airport. We had an annual fly-in breakfast that commenced in the early teens. And we really wanted to expand aviation events for our community and for our region, and started working with economic development and the Convention and Visitors Bureau to identify some funding mechanisms for us to help bring in performers. And we have some really amazing performers in the state of North Dakota. And Kent and Warren Peach really helped us get this off the ground 3 years ago and brought in a lot of folks, themselves included, from around the state. And we were able to have our very first air show here in Williston, as far as I'm aware, ever. I don't know if there was one many years ago, potentially, but first one at XWA, at least for sure. And it turned out to be a huge hit. People really enjoyed it, and we've been continuing to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit better every year, in our opinion.
Nice. Awesome. I know it's always a huge community event that people love to go to because the entertainment is so unique. And I think it really helps broaden, the mind in terms of what is possible when it comes to flight and all of the different shows and stuff like that. Like, I know you've got some professional skydivers and all of that, which is just, in my mind, terrifying, but thank goodness for these people who, do that day in and day out and practice those kind of things. And like you said, a lot of these entertainers are from North Dakota. So can you highlight some of those individuals?
Yeah, absolutely. This year we're bringing back Kent Peach, and he flies the Jelly Belly airplane. And he's a world-renowned air show performer, was just inducted into the Air Show Hall of Fame recently. And so he lands on top of a truck. He flies his airplane. He shuts the engine off completely and does a full performance that way. And he has a comedy act, which is pretty hilarious as well, if you haven't had an opportunity to see it. So he's really our main North Dakota-based performer. We do have the University of North Dakota coming over as well. They have an aerobatic instructor, Michael Lentz, who is going to come show what they teach their students to do at the University of North Dakota. And so we're really excited to have those two back. Kent wasn't here last year, but he was here for the first year, and Michael Lentz was here last year. And we added a few more performers as well. So we, as you mentioned, the Misty Blues is an all-women skydiving team, and they're going to come down right away as we kick off the air show. And they'll jump a couple more times as well throughout the event here on Saturday, August 19th. But we brought back the B-25 Miss Mitchell, which is a World War II bomber. And we also brought in some pyrotechnics this year. So that's unique to this air show that we've previously had. We hadn't had that opportunity to do that. So that'll really liven up some of the performances, and it'll be part of our grand finale as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So pyrotechnics as in like fireworks?
Large fireballs. And it's going to be quite a spectacle.
Wow.
We're really excited about
that. Is exciting. Okay. So can you kind of walk the community through the timeline? Because it all kicks off on August 19th. So it's coming up on this Saturday.
Yes.
And it begins at 7 a.m. But can you kind of walk?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll start seeing performers show up on Thursday.
Okay.
And they'll all arrive by Friday. We do have a practice day in the afternoon on Friday.
Okay.
And so you may see some aircraft flying around, maybe doing some aerobatics in the afternoon. And they hopefully will be flying a little bit over town as well, just so people know that they're out and about. But then on Friday is really the day, Saturday is really the day. We are having a fly-in breakfast right away in the morning.
Okay.
Gates open at 7. The Lions Club has generously donated their time and their grill and their people to come help us make some pancakes and sausages and things of that nature for our community. So people that come in have a free breakfast. Hopefully, if you're feeling generous, a goodwill donation as part of that.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of activities for families when they're here right away in the morning. We'll have air rides by Overland Aviation. It's $30 per person in a small 4-seat airplane.
Okay.
And they're first come, first serve. So, and they typically sell out very quickly. So we always encourage people to come early if they're looking for those types of opportunities.
Okay.
Similarly, the B-25 will be out and open to the public for tours, and you can actually buy rides in that aircraft as well right after the air show, and then also on Sunday if there's enough people that are interested in it.
Okay.
And so that's through the Commemorative Air Force. They host all of those rides. We also have some other static displays. The Air National Guard will be here with one of their helicopters. We'll have bounce houses and vendors and all kinds of other activities for people if they choose to come a little early and see what everything's going on out here at XWA.
Yeah, so it sounds like you'll have a lot of activity out here, and then the air show itself begins at 11, correct?
Correct. So then airplanes start flying at 11. We do have an airline arriving just before 11. So if that is delayed a little bit, it might delay the start of the air show just a tiny bit. But as soon as that aircraft gets on the ground, the air show and the activities, the aerobatics get underway. Okay.
And the location of this in terms of parking and direction for individuals to go, this is all over by Overland Aviation, correct?
Yeah. So for those who may not have visited our airport, most people think of the airport as the terminal where we're sitting today. Mm-hmm. And this air show is taking place on the private aviation side of the airfield. So as you're coming in, there will be a lot of signs and things of that nature, hopefully guiding you to the right location. But it is, if you're following the big green signs, you just follow the signs pointing to Overland Aviation. And we'll have some volunteers helping guide people into the parking area so that you can park safely. We're continuing to encourage people to buy their tickets ahead of time. You save $5 if you buy them anytime before you get to the day of.
Okay.
And it's all electronic based, basically. Okay. So you'll have to scan your ticket to get in through the gates. And if you buy it the day of, it's $25. If you buy it today through Friday, it's $20.
And is that $20? Does that cover? Is it per person, per vehicle? How does that work?
So it's per person.
Okay.
Anybody that's 12 and under are free.
Okay.
And so we really want to encourage people to bring their families, bring their kids. That's the whole point of this event, is to enhance the quality of life of our community and our region. We want people to see and get engaged in aviation.
Yeah.
It's such a fun and amazing activity. The air show is one of, if not my favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
And we really want to get people out here and enjoy our beautiful piece of infrastructure we have here with XWA and watch people do some amazing things in aircraft.
Yeah, sounds amazing. And so for individuals kind of planning for Saturday, we talked about the ticket prices. Where can they go to find those tickets?
Yeah, so just go to flywilliston.net.
Okay.
And you just click the air show button that's right on the main page. It should pop up immediately if you go to that web page.
Okay.
And you can buy them right there online.
Awesome. And I know that events like this take a lot of coordination. So are you guys still looking for volunteers?
We absolutely are.
Okay.
We mainly are looking for parking volunteers right now. And really what that entails is just, unfortunately, coming a little early. So we start about 6:30 a.m. since the gates open at 7. And just helping people get to their parking spots safely. And if people need additional assistance, maybe calling for a golf cart or something of that nature to help people get to and from the gates.
Yeah.
But we do have other open areas that we need help with trash management, helping us tear down some of the activities after the event is over. So just a little bit of everything, and it usually goes pretty fast. We have a lot of volunteers already, which we're incredibly excited about. People have been really passionate about the event and had a good experience, I think, last year. If you do volunteer, you obviously get into the event free. You get a volunteer t-shirt. So only volunteers are going to get that. And you get invited to a dinner the night before that is with all of the performers and the sponsors of the air show as well.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
And that dinner, I'd be remiss to say, but that's been sponsored by Montreal Williams Electric Co-op. So they did that last year as well.
Nice.
It's a very fun event. You get to meet and greet all the performers and their families that travel with them, and really see some of the behind the scenes of the air show.
Awesome. Great. So I kind of want to pivot back to just our airport in general, and the services that it provides out here, because I understand, like you said, it was built out here in 2019, and it has just done a wonderful job bringing new flights and opportunities to our Williston community. So can you kind of touch on some of those?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a small issue when we first opened, right? The pandemic, and that slowed the world down. So since then, we've been seeing ongoing growth, which has been wonderful to be a part of and see that our community supports and shows the need that we have for transportation here in northwestern North Dakota. We unfortunately had lost Delta Airlines during the pandemic. We were able to partner with them to bring that service back to Williston in 2021. And also in 2021, we brought our first low-cost service to Williston with Sun Country Airlines, and that they go direct to Las Vegas with airfares as low as $45 each way. And we've seen a lot of great success and support from our community on those services. Obviously, we still have United, and we never lost them. They've been a great partner for the city of Williston and for our region to maintain air service. And they continue to grow here in Williston as well. So now we have 3 flights a day to Denver. We have 2 flights a day to Minneapolis. And on September 7th, Sun Country is kicking off their 3rd season of direct service to Las Vegas. So it's a relatively short season. It runs from September 7th to December 17th. One of the challenges that we continue to have in the airline industry is pilot shortages. And that's why we continue to see what I would say is maybe less service than what we're showing the need to be here in Williston, whether that be on United, Delta, or Sun Country. All of those partners that we have currently operating here know that there is more need here than what they're able to offer as far as supply is concerned with seats available. And that's something that we continue to work with them on. But at the end of the day, we're continuing to run into some resource challenges. But nonetheless, even with those challenges, we're seeing growth. We're up 30% this year over last year, year to date. And Delta just added larger airplanes. Both of their flights are now the larger CRJ 900. They got first class cabins with Wi-Fi, and United is working towards adding larger airplanes as well. One of their aircraft per day of the 3 is a larger airplane, and we hope to continue to see that larger aircraft. They provide a little more comfortable level of service for the passenger, and typically they're a little newer airplane.
Awesome. Well, all of that is just so great. And then I know, because we are, for the air show, we're going to be over by Overland Aviation. So can you kind of talk to us about Overland Aviation, your partnership, how you guys kind of work together?
Yeah, absolutely. So Overland Aviation provides all aviation services on the airfield. So that's flight instruction. If you want to learn to fly, you can go to Overland Aviation here locally and learn to fly here in Williston. They fuel all of the aircraft on the airfield. They provide aircraft charter services, aircraft maintenance services, storage facilities for aircraft, anything that you need to operate or continue to keep safe operation of airplanes or aircraft. That's what Overland offers here in Williston. They made a huge investment moving with us to the new Williston Airport and provide a really valuable service to our community and to our aviation population that's out here utilizing the airport.
Awesome. Great. And Anthony, I just appreciate everything that you guys do out here. I know getting this new airport was something that Williston really needed, and the addition of this air show that is now our 3rd annual is just such a huge, great community event that really inspires and opens up everyone's eyes. And like you said, you know, bring your families out here. Kids will enjoy this, and you never know, you may have a pilot or a flight attendant or a skydiver within your midst, but sometimes all it takes is for individuals to see those kind of performances go on and to be inspired. So thank you for putting this event on and for everything that you do. And so it is flywilliston.net. Correct? It's to where everyone can go and find out more information, whether it be about our airport here and the air show coming up on August 19th, which is this Saturday. Again, everything kicks off at 7 a.m. with the air show beginning at 11. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Anthony?
Well, the only thing that I have to add, of course, we can't do these events without really tremendous sponsors. And this event costs about $200,000 to put on. And we can't do it without the support of those sponsors that we have. And obviously with Economic Development, Convention and Visitors Bureau are our 2 biggest sponsors that we have to make this event a reality. But Expanse Electrical came in and they are our presenting sponsor. So and thank you so much to them. But we also have a tremendous amount of other sponsors as well with Cord Energy,
Route Resources.
Thank you very much. Montrose Williams, Kraken Oil and Gas, Grayson Mill, University of North Dakota, Town Square Media, Fisher Orthodontics, Burns and McDonnell, and the Williston Herald. And truly, we could not do this event without all of their support. And of course, the volunteers that are going to come and continue to help us make it a great experience for people when they do come here. At the end of the day, that's what we want. We want people to come and have a great time, enjoy the airport, and see some really tremendous aerobatics, and hopefully get a chance to fly in an airplane.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anthony, for taking the time this morning to talk about the air show. I really wanted to get some hype behind it, get people out to know about it, because it is such a really incredible event. So thank you again, Anthony. You guys can find out all of the information at flywilliston.net. And please support our local airport here. Flying in and out of this is it's always been an easy experience for me. So I do appreciate all the work that you guys have put into really enhancing our airport experience.
Thank you very much. We have a great team out here that make this air show happen, and obviously the safe day-to-day operations. So we always appreciate anybody who's able to come fly and have a great experience through XWA. And we look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday.